Hey everyone, have a special update video for everybody. It's been 18 months since Charlie Lee and I made a friendly bet as to whether or not there would be more than 1,000 merchants accepting Lightning Network. So 18 months have gone by. Charlie Lee clearly has lost the bet, so he'll get to wear a Bitcoin Cash shirt, and he agreed to make a video with me discussing why Lightning Network failed, why there's less than 1,000 merchants 18 months later, after him saying by the end of that year, which was just a couple of months away, there would already be more than 1,000 merchants accepting it. So let me know in the comments below what shirt you want Charlie to wear when I record that video so I can buy that for him and send it to him. But for those of you that missed all the exciting drama, I'm going to recap it. So in the video I have up here on the screen right now, you can go and watch it. It's just 12 minutes long. Charlie and I are talking about the Lightning Network, and I told him then, and I'll say it again in my heart of hearts, I hope and wish that Lightning Network would work. But the problem is they're comparing the ideal with what actually exists. And what actually exists is a horrible, horrible user experience where people can be censored and their transactions fail to go through, and it's just a bad, horrible, unreliable payment network today. Maybe someday it can work perfectly, but that's like imagining like, oh, in heaven everything's perfect, and like trying to compare the real world with heaven. Say, hey, let's all go to heaven because the real world sucks compared to heaven. Well, heaven's not real, and the Lightning Network isn't real for payments yet either. So I want to go over all that here. So the bet that we made there more than 18 months ago now was that more than 1,000 Lightning Network merchants would be accepting it for physical goods within 18 months. So 18 months was a couple of days ago. And so I did some Googling here before I started recording this video, trying to find places that accept Lightning Network. And the best that I could find was this right here. So merchant adoption of the Lightning Network. And we can see that there are, according to this page, that's the biggest list I could find, lightningnetworkstores.com/stats. 342 Lightning Network stores, and we can see that that ratio, you know, back around the time that video was recorded, maybe there are 20-something stores, and now we're up to around 300 and something stores. But it's kind of even worse than that. So if you look at the actual stores here, all right, Satoshi Hunt, not physical goods, more gambling. Coins for cards, that sounds actually like some sort of, I'll give them close enough to physical goods. Lightning Network market, derivatives trading, so just an exchange. The bar there, so that's a real one. Quick coin bet, more gambling, another exchange. Something in Spanish, so I don't know what exactly that one is. Lightning powered social platform. So it looks like there were two on this first page here that are actually physical goods, if you give the gift cards the benefit of the doubt as far as gift cards. And then there's another website that I found here that's acceptlightning.com that shows a list of all those places that are accepting Lightning Network for payments. So we can see that there's less than 120 listed on this particular website. And if you look at them, get paid for viewing ads, not physical goods. Counseling, psychotherapy, sex therapy, couples therapy, not physical goods. Gambling, not physical goods. Supplements, all right, the first one, physical goods. Ice cream shops, physical goods, that's 2. Slots, not physical goods. Coin plaza, not physical goods. Hosting, not physical goods. Clothes, that's physical goods, right? Virtual products, not, and pay Bitcoin anywhere. So 3 out of 10 on this first page are physical goods. I'll assume Bitcoin Tunnels is big online store selling Bitcoin relevant merchandise. We'll say, okay, we'll give that one. Cheap Bitcoin buys, virtual quiz, nope. Electronics, that's 2. Game codes, nope. Prepaid mobile top-ups and refills. Between those two, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, I guess, right? Lightning slots, nope. Stock images, nope. Roasted specialty coffee, that's 1. So sats for likes. Sounds like they've been using a lot of that to promote the Lightning Network. So education store. So maybe 4 out of 10 on this one is actual physical goods. So put that all together, maybe 30% even on this thing. The 40% at the high side are actually for physical goods, which puts us somewhere in the ballpark of maybe 40 merchants actually accepting Lightning Network for physical goods. Like, what an absolute disaster. And I'll remind everybody that these guys like Charlie Lee, they intentionally crippled Bitcoin. Bitcoin was working great. It was being used by companies like Microsoft and Expedia and Dell Computer and Steam. And people all over the world were starting to use it until these people intentionally crippled the Bitcoin network by allowing the blocks to become full, the most reckless, biggest change to ever happen to Bitcoin, with the intent of forcing people onto Lightning Network. But Lightning Network wasn't ready then, and it's still not ready today, and nobody's even using it. In fact, we just saw yesterday, I don't have it up in one of the tabs here, but there's more wrapped Bitcoin on Ethereum that's backed by an ERC20 token on Ethereum than there is in the Lightning Network today. So it's just like, What an absolute disaster for Bitcoin. And this isn't me attacking Bitcoin. This is me attacking the stupid, idiotic, horrible, strangulating things that these people did to Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin has been my love and passion and joy since 2011. And then these other people with no understanding of why it became popular, no understanding of business. None of these people even ran successful businesses at all anyhow, hardly. They went and strangled Bitcoin to try and get people to use this Lightning Network that nobody's even using anyhow. So myself and lots of other people with a business understanding and with some common sense, we moved over to Bitcoin Cash. And we can see right here, look at this fantastic list, right, of all these places. Bitcoin Cash merchant directory list. And so these are physical shops, not online websites, physical shops where you can walk in and pay with Bitcoin Cash, has now surpassed 4,300 locations. And there's all sorts of maps and all sorts of fantastic places all over the world. And Slovenia is just on fire thanks to the guys at Go Crypto, allowing people to pay with Bitcoin Cash. Tons of adoption happening in Venezuela, tons of adoption happening all over the world. It's just absolutely incredible, all the people that have started using Bitcoin Cash, because Bitcoin Cash works the same way Bitcoin did to begin with. And so just look at this amazing amount of adoption across Europe happening with Bitcoin Cash. It's happening in Turkey. It's happening all over the world. There's Bitcoin meetups all over the place. Great work down to the guys down in Australia. They're having another conference here coming up in August. If I can convince the Australian government that I'm going to leave at the end of my trip, and I have absolutely zero desire to live in Australia with their police state and high taxes, I plan to visit their conference, so I hope to see you guys there. Still working on the visa issues there. But anyhow, amazing adoption in Australia. They're using the Bitcoin Cash Register app there too. And if you want to know how to buy Bitcoin Cash with a credit card with no fee whatsoever, sponsor a local store. I made a whole video as to how that works using your own credit card and the Bitcoin Cash Register app. It's on the YouTube channel. We'll put a link in the description there. But it's just amazing. AnyPay, another fantastic example of driving Bitcoin Cash adoption around the world. The AnyPay founders are a couple of guys that are living in New Hampshire. They're part of the Free State Project, which is where I heard about Bitcoin for the first time, were people involved in the Free State Project. And it's where I focused all of my outreach and adoption and promotion, were people that were part of the Free State Project in New Hampshire. So now Bitcoin Cash is the #1 used cryptocurrency in New Hampshire as well. So it's just spreading all over the world. And the only thing that BTC still has is it's riding on its own coattails that were built up by people like myself and other people who believed in peer-to-peer electronic cash for the world. And that's why the price of BTC is still higher than BCH, but that's going to change, right? Bitcoin Cash has so much more usefulness in commerce for people, for permissionless commerce, whether it's legal or illegal, right? That's the sign of good money. If people can use it for illegal things, that means it's good money, right? If it's not able to be used for illegal things as well, then it's not good money, right? The US dollar is the #1 used currency in the entire world for illegal things, because it's the best money with the biggest network effect out there compared to these other cryptocurrencies that still have much smaller network effects. But that's going to change someday when things like Bitcoin Cash have bigger network effects and more stuff happening there. So just amazing amount of stuff that's happening with Bitcoin Cash adoption around the world. And then we also have this fantastic Bitcoin Cash Register app. If you haven't checked it out yet, head on over to bitcoin.com/bitcoin-cash-register and watch how this app works. It permissionlessly allows anyone anywhere in the world to start accepting Bitcoin Cash, and the payments go directly to their own wallet. They don't have to sign up. There's no terms of service. You don't need permission from anybody. Nobody can block you from accepting the payments. It's how Bitcoin used to work. It's available for both Android and iOS, and actually coming to your browser and desktop soon as well. So a really, really useful tool there as well. Go and get the Bitcoin Cash Register app if you want to start accepting Bitcoin payments today as well. And then one other fun one here, Hayden Auto, right? So we have this fake BTC and Lightning stores exposed. There's a lot of people that are listing stores as accepting Lightning Network. They're fake. They don't even accept Lightning Network. So it's a bunch more sock puppetry trying to fool the masses. And like it does, the sock puppetry does a good job of fooling the masses. That's why the Bitcoin Core Camp still is busy censoring our Bitcoin to this very day and engaging in all sorts of this stuff. And then all these other people that come to the cryptocurrency ecosystem more recently, they get fooled by all the censorship and the propaganda that's out there. And if everybody around you from the time you were born told you the world was flat, you would believe that the world was flat too. And if everybody around you since the time you came to cryptocurrency told you that BTC is the best cryptocurrency, you'd believe that too, but it doesn't make it true. You need to open your eyes and look out there. And I don't care what cryptocurrency wins in the end. The thing that has me hopping mad is that the adoption of cryptocurrency around the world has been delayed by half a decade or more because of that stupid block size limit that was imposed by a bunch of economically ignorant fools on Bitcoin, and then a bunch of people that were tricked into supporting that narrative. And don't be naive and think that governments weren't involved in helping that. And Peter Todd literally got money from a 3-letter agency to help make these videos, tricking people into thinking that keeping the block size small helps keep Bitcoin decentralized. Keeping the block size small in reality was the most centralizing thing to have ever happened to Bitcoin and the most damaging thing to ever happen to it. It was far worse than Mt. Gox or anything else out there. So anyhow, if you want to bring more economic freedom to the world and you want to bring the increased economic growth that enables, the best tool that the entire world has to do that right now today is Bitcoin Cash. And that's not to say anything bad about the Zcashes or the Moneros or the Ripples or anything else or even BTC out there. But Bitcoin Cash has a bigger network effect and more useful tools and more things happening and more merchant adoption out there. It has such a great start to bring more economic freedom to the world. So if you want to hurry up and bring the benefits of more economic freedom and permissionless peer-to-peer cash for the entire world sooner rather than later, Bitcoin Cash is the cryptocurrency for you. Go and get started. Check out local.bitcoin.com where you can buy or sell Bitcoin Cash for any payment method with anyone, anywhere in the world right now, today. And tell a friend, right? Set up your friends and family. Show them purse.io how they can save 20% off on Amazon using Bitcoin Cash. Spread the word because that's what it takes. And the Bitcoin community has definitely been co-opted and censored. And now everybody that came to Bitcoin after that, they've literally been brainwashed into thinking that Bitcoin Cash is some sort of an attack on Bitcoin. No, Bitcoin Cash is a continuation of peer-to-peer electronic cash for the world to bring more economic freedom to the world, as outlined by all the original people that got involved in Bitcoin, like myself, like Gavin Andreessen, like Mike Hearn. So if you support peer-to-peer electronic cash for the world, get involved with Bitcoin Cash today. Tell a friend, and subscribe to the Bitcoin.com channel and subscribe to this Bitcoin BCH channel as well. It's fantastic, and special thanks to Hayden Otto out there. And make sure you sign up to go and attend the Bitcoin Cash City Conference coming up this August 2020 in North Queensland, Australia. And I hope to meet you all there, and keep spreading the good word. And yeah, there's just so much fantastic stuff. Head on over to Bitcoin.com to learn more about it and scroll down to that menu bar at the bottom. You'll find all sorts of great new things that you didn't even know that we had built. And so you can tell your friends about them. So thanks for listening. Share this video with a friend. See you all next time.